Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? It's proclaimed the greatest radio show.
Welcome, fans, to our Week 12 pick show. I'm your host, Jim Sella, in studio with J-Dash and Johnny Parlay. Thank God you came to work this week because you were the only one above 500 in this entire group of hosts.
That's been the trend for about 6 weeks now. You can almost put that on the calendar, bro.
J-Dash finally falls behind 500. That makes it feel all right that I'm
500.
behind. All right. Sorry, he is 500. It makes me feel all right. As long as you're not above 500, we're good.
I'm 27-27-1. You're sitting at 23-31-1.
Hey, that's all right. Catching up, buddy. 2-1 and 4
Johnny
weeks for
Parlay
you,
on the
2-3 and 2
season.
weeks for me.
Johnny Parlay on the season 33-21-1. Week 11 he went 3-2. Jim, you went 3-2. Easy went 3-3 because he did win his college pop with Pitt. And JK 2-3. I went 1-4. All time, Johnny Parlay is 67-59-4. And he's actually 21-9 in his last 30 picks, 15-5 in the last 4 weeks. And his regular season record is pretty beast too, 65-51-2 all time.
That's right. I like the regular season when it counts.
You've won at least 3 of your 5 picks 9 times this season.
Whew.
Beast.
That juice
Now-
doesn't even come into play when you do that.
Believe it.
And Jim, you're 9-6 in your last 15 picks.
Needed
so not
it.
bad. You're getting back there. At one point, you were way under 500, but
Oof.
you're slowly climbing back.
Creeping.
Thanksgiving.
I got
miracle.
more wins than you, so that's what I'm holding on to for now.
Here we go.
It helps me sleep at night.
Although you're the first one to 80 losses,
That's right.
63-80-2.
Got to be the first one to something.
Please believe. Why don't you try to be the first one to 70 wins?
I was also the first one to pick 100 games.
That's impressive.
That is
That's
impressive.
difficult too. I'm gonna pick
Hey,
every game this week.
I've shut up for work every week of this show. Other than Dash, I'm the only guy who can say that.
So you write off the miles you drive to get to work here?
I do.
What's that equal?
Like,
0.0000, which will be your win percentage this week.
just because I ride my bike, to work each day doesn't mean you gotta hate.
The
All right.
bike.
You want to get this started? Start with
I
Johnny
guess.
Parlay's pick of the week, obviously, because
Yeah, I picked
he's killing
against
it.
him.
He's
Garbage.
6-5 this season in picks of the week, 14-14-1 all time. He's going with a big line here. Arizona's minus 10.5 at San Francisco, and the over/under is 45.5.
Y'all know how I like the big lines. I'm a big fan of getting some points to start the game off. I mean, before the ball is off the tee, you're already up. And especially when you're at home, there's 2 things Parlay loves. He loves lots of points, double-digit spreads, and he loves home dogs. And that's exactly what the 49ers are this week, a home dog. And I think they're going to put up an excellent fight here against Arizona. I mean, clearly Arizona is maybe the top 1, 2, or 3 team in the NFL right now. But going on the road, I don't care how small the commute is, whatever. Get on the plane, get your little room or your little cart meal, eat it. It's going to be tough to go into San Fran and win by double digits. I don't see it happening, and for that reason, I'm feeling the 49ers this week. And my picks of the week haven't been that fire, I will be the first to admit. But I really like this one, and I could see San Fran being within a field goal, if not, pulling the upset.
This is a big line, and it's real scary, especially with San Francisco being the home team. But they got Blaine Gabbert in at quarterback now. Carlos Hyde's banged up. They traded away Vernon Davis. I mean, they got almost nothing left. They just got smoked by the Seahawks this week. Thomas Rawls ran for, almost 200 yards?
He's
Or he
still
ran
running.
for over 200 yards?
Still running. I see him run by a window.
Dude, he's chasing that turkey that got loose in here.
That was in Seattle, though.
Right. But San Francisco, they screwed me when they went out and beat Atlanta, so I got a little, hey, maybe they're going to do it. Nah, they're garbage. Arizona, Carson Palmer's averaging over 9 yards per pass. They're just going to go out. They're going to put up mad points.
Picking out a
San
spite.
Francisco's garbage.
You're just picking out a spite.
Oh, well, did you know Colin Kaepernick went on the IR?
He's done, man.
Because his
Well, I
left
think-
shoulder was sore.
Actually, I think Blaine Gabbert's a little bit of an improvement for him. I know Blaine Gabbert isn't the best player in the world, and really, all season long, the San Francisco 49ers have not been scoring points, home or on the road. I mean, there is multiple games here where they failed to score double-digit points, and really, I'm going to go with you, Parlay, and say San Francisco, but it's hard to give a reason why, really. I mean, they did their last home game. They went out and beat Atlanta, like Jim was saying. But
Jim's favorite team.
even Arizona,
Hate Matt Ryan.
they're winning by double digits at home and on the road. I mean, not every single game. Obviously, they had a tough one against the Bengals, but that's a good team. They had a tough game against Seattle, but that's a good team. They blew out the Browns on the road, and San Francisco is not much better than the Browns, if at all. So I see why they're picking Arizona here, and that's Jim, JK47, and Easy all taking Arizona. But a division game on the road, and a line that huge, I mean, I got to go with San Francisco still, even though they're a horrible team.
The Niners are a mess. The coach is probably going to get fired after the year. The front office is going to be a clean sweep. They put Kaepernick on IR because his contract's injury guaranteed only. So if he'd got hurt working out or something, they would have had to pay him the full guarantee of the contract. Now that he's not going to have a chance to get hurt, they'll be able to release him with minimal cap hit next year. They traded away their best receiving threat as of right now. Anquan Bolden's old. They need a complete makeover. Blah.
I believe there will be a lot of Colin Kaepernick jerseys showing up at the local Goodwill in San Fran here soon, because he will not be playing with them again.
Nope.
He will play again, but not with them. And
I'd take him as a backup.
Cleveland? Do you think he'll go to Cleveland next year? They should make a push.
they have a
for it.
strong
possible.
tradition of picking great quarterbacks.
Believe
up,
it.
So I think he may end up there.
The 22 they've had since 1999 have all done great.
But I like Blaine the Gain, and that's what he's going to do
Blaine.
all day is gain yards. And I'm telling you, they're going to give Arizona a scare in this game. You're going to be watching all 4 quarters of this game. This isn't going to be a turn it off at end of the third quarter game. I'm telling you that right now.
What do we got next?
We're going to go with JK47's pick of the week. He's 6-5 on the season in picks of the week as well. And he's going with a very exciting game here. San Diego at Jacksonville.
Woo!
Jacksonville is -3.5, and the over-under is 46.5.
So exciting, I almost fell out of my chair.
The star power in this game is out of this world.
Well, actually, I kind of like some offensive players on both sides. I'm not a big Rivers fan, but I do like Blake Bortles.
Love Blake.
I like Allen Robinson. Alan Hearns isn't the worst in the world. Julius Thomas, I kind of like him. TJ Yeldon, a nice rookie running back on Jacksonville. On the other side, though, like I said, I don't like Rivers. I do like the running backs. I know Melvin Gordon hasn't been that great this season. I think he's going to have his best game of the season in this game, though. Danny Woodhead's my man. Keenan Allen, he's injured, obviously, but I like him. Everybody likes Antonio Gates. So there's guys I like on both sides, but they're just 2 terrible teams, and mostly because of the defense. Both these teams can pass the ball pretty well, but their defenses are horrible.
Danny Woodhead, the JK47 lookalike. He is beast. I love some Danny Woodhead. He just takes punishment and keeps on ticking. He's the man. But I don't like his team this week. Just because I'm a big Blake Bortles fan. I mean, from day one, I've said this guy's going to be a legitimate starting quarterback in the league. And he's not surrounded by too many stars, but he is surrounded by a lot of young talent. And that young talent is going to be just fine at home this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, San Diego, they're going to be up on the plane, too. They're going to eat their little roasted, salted peanuts. And you might get a little tummy ache. It's a long flight. They're going to be on 10 o'clock a.m. time. And that game's at 1 o'clock. They're going to be all thrown off. I like Jacksonville at home. I don't like that half. That's really staring at me. And give me a little wink.
Really, that's what it is to me. Jacksonville, yeah, like I said, I like some of their players. They're not that great of a team, but they are 3-1 in their last 4 games. However, they're 4-6 on the season, and 3 of those 4 wins came by 3 points or less. So
Ouch.
Only 1 win, but it was last week versus the Tennessee Titans. But Phillip Rivers and that offense are better than the Tennessee Titans, and I think they're going to put up more points than Tennessee did last week. And Jacksonville, I think they're going to win this game, but not by 4 points. Jacksonville, they're not quite there yet. They make too many mistakes still, even on the offensive side. So I'm going to say, I know San Diego just got blown out by KC, but they lost by 3 points in the previous 2 games as well. So, I mean, they're not a good team. They, lost 6 games in a row now, so they're a terrible team. But they were playing some close games too, and Jacksonville's just not a team that I see blowing out many teams.
They're heating up.
The Jaguars are at home. Bortles, to me, he's already a better quarterback than Rivers, just because I don't like the way Rivers commands himself or like his attitude. I mean, Rivers has the numbers, and he may throw a little better right now. But the Chargers, they got to come all the way across the country. And, the Jaguars, like you keep saying, they're an up-and-coming team. They haven't had that one breakout game. I think this is that big game for them this year. This is a great opportunity for them to come blow somebody out at home, really show their fans what they can do. They're the team that's always talked about moving to London and moving here and moving there. That's got to weigh on them. These guys are going to be able to sit at home, eat a lot of turkey on Thanksgiving, come out, stress-free, ready to go, freaking stuffed full of turkey and stuffing, and then they're going to go out, they're going to blow out San Diego. Screw you, Phillip Rivers. You're garbage. Your team's complete garbage. Everybody's hurt. It's just Jacksonville. Big game this week. They're going to win by 10.
Follow us on Twitter, Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, garbage.
Jacksonville is the healthier team.
Thank you for that analysis, Dash.
I already gave you my
Dynamite
analysis.
drop in, Monty. That broadcasting school's really paying off.
Who's easy in the JK taking in the Jacksonville SD?
Well, I'm going spread solo, actually, with San Diego. Everybody else taking Jacksonville.
Believe it.
Jaguars.
We're picking a lot of the same games this week between Thanksgiving and these regular games.
Yes, this is going to be my
Scaring
downfall.
All right, let's move on to my pick of the week next.
Nobody cares about your pick.
All right, well, let's move on to Easy's pick then. He picked 4 games. I mean, we got to go over the damn game.
Thanks for joining us on the spread.
I'm 5-6 on the season in picks of the week, 14-8-1 all time. The New York Giants -2.5 at Washington, and the over/under is 47 in this game.
I'm surprised you're going against Kirk. I only play good at home Cousins because he's your boy in fantasy when he's playing at home.
Kirk nephew.
Yeah, he's over the past 2 home games, they put up 78 points.
Believe it.
And yeah, they've been playing real well at home. They play terrible on the road, but I went back and looked. The Giants are actually 15-4 against the Redskins in their last 19 games, and none of the games have been decided by less than 3 points in their past 26 matchups. And I just think the Giants are a better team. I know Kirk Cousins plays better at home, and they're probably going to put up points in this game. They put up points against the Buccaneers at home, but they won that game 31-30. Their defense isn't that great. I still think the Giants are going to go out there and take care of business in this game.
Home dog.
That's
Just
right.
like Johnny Parlay said. Got to go
Love
with
it.
that home dog. Normally I would pick the Giants because they are the better team, but now I got to flip-flop my pick so I can continue my trend of winning and take the team that I would think is going to lose. I'm going to go with the Washington Redskins +2.5 at home. Kirk Cousins is going to play well at home. The Giants' defense is terrible. They give up mad points in the passing game. Cousins is going to take advantage of it. It's going to come down to the end, Dash. I think it's going to be a real close game. I don't think it'll be a blowout by any means. But I could see Washington winning this game by a field goal or maybe even punching in a late touchdown to win by 1 or 2. The line is favorable either way, really. I mean, obviously, because a field goal can win it for New York, but I'm going to stick with Washington at home. I just think the Giants, they're not quite there. I mean, they're that team that's on the fringe, and this is going to be a game they lose.
Washington is terrible. They got smashed again last weekend, nonetheless, by an undefeated Carolina team. But they're a pretty terrible team, and the Giants lost to the Patriots in a fluke. As usual, the Patriots always getting calls and fluke non-interceptions. That was easily a Giants game. They should have took that game. It was just
Well, how about the
bad at
Patriots
the
game
end.
yesterday, or this week? I mean, whenever
More
the whistle
terrible.
was blown, the ball was in the air, and they're like, no, we blew the whistle when Amendola had the ball, so they gave him like a 45-yard catch.
some more absurdities for the Pats, and of course, but I mean, like I said, still the Giants almost beat them. Probably should have beat them. They're a much better team, and Washington's just terrible. But I'm gonna go Washington just because all those signs point to the Giants, and it's a very small spread. So you're basically saying who's gonna win this game. I mean, the spread may come into effect if it's a 1-point game. I mean, rarely do you see 2-point victories. It's a 2.5. I'm just going to take Washington. They're going to win.
Yeah, that's what I said. The past 26 matchups have been by 3 points or more. So you'd have to believe whoever wins this game is going to be by at least 3 points. But the Giants own this matchup. But I do like the Washington Redskins in terms of fantasy this week. Kirk Cousins, he's a sleeper this week. Deshaun Jackson, I think I would play him this week. One problem for Washington is, though, one of Kirk Cousins' main targets, Jordan Reed, got hurt again last week, and he may not be able to play in this game, and that will be big for Washington.
Dude's always hurt.
He is always hurt, but he may be their best offensive player.
So what's easy in 47? They agree with you, right, Dash? Going to New York?
That's right. 3-2.
Me
I'm
and Parlay are going to win
I'm
this
on
one.
an island with Jim. Uh-oh.
What's the next game we got? Buffalo at Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City's -4. The over/under is 41 in this game. This is Easy's pick of the week. He's 4-7 on the season in picks of the week, 9-13-1 all time. Kansas City's been playing great football recently. Actually, they've won their last 4 games.
Yes.
Steelers, Lions, Broncos, Chargers, and their defense has been beast. 13 points or less in all 4 of those games.
KC is on the up and up. They look great, and they're going to contend, it looks like, for sure. But this will be a test, no doubt. Buffalo's tough D. It's going to be low scoring, I would guess.
Yeah, let's not forget, too, Charkandrick West may not play in this game, so it may be
Tyrod
Spencer
Taylor may
Ware.
not play either.
That's true. I think that's why the line is only out at a couple esteemed casinos, only have a line out. Most of them are holding off to see what's up with T after last night's battering.
Yeah, it's going to be a short week for Buffalo, too. So if Taylor's hurt, it's going to be hard for E.J. Manuel to come in and get enough reps in practice to be able to be effective. He played okay in relief of Taylor earlier in the year whenever he was hurt, but I just don't think that Buffalo is the same team. I mean, you've seen Taylor out there. He made some plays in that New England game. He's a guy that can get away from the rush, and he still looks downfield. E.J. Manuel, once he starts getting rushed, he gets a little confused, and his eyes stop looking downfield for targets, and he just gets sacked and fumbles or throws a pick or does something garbage. So I'm going to have to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. They're at home. -4 is not a big line. They're definitely trending upward. Buffalo's off and on all year long. I hate Rex Ryan. This guy is the biggest douche in football. I mean, everybody hates Roger Goodell. Who's worse, Rex Ryan or Goodell?
Goodell.
If you could punch one of them in the face and spit in the other one's face, who would you punch and who would you spit on?
Goodell for both.
You spit on Goodell's face and then punch him?
I mean, all things aside, Rex Ryan's an excellent coach, I think.
Oh, dude,
he never has the right ingredients. If he had the right ingredients, he would no doubt be a Super Bowl contender. He just always has young teams.
Those ingredients,
he
and
always has young teams. He's never had a quarterback. He's a defensive genius. I love him. He's the man. Follow us, Rex Ryan.
Screw you, Rex Ryan, and your stupid wife's foot fetish.
But hey now, don't get personal. Football's football. Foot fetishes are foot fetishes. And this game, I think it's going to be tight, but I like Kansas City just because Buffalo, like Jim said, Tyrod might be hurt, even though I don't think he did play that great last night. That was their game. They easily could have beat New England. He underthrew a couple touchdowns, just nothing bounced their way. They got some bad calls. I think they should have beat New England, honestly, straight up. But coming off, that was a bloodbath of a game, very physical game, and KC at home is tough. So I got to go Chiefs.
You look over the past 6 weeks, Kansas City hasn't allowed more than 18 points in any game. I don't think Buffalo has the type of offense to overcome something like that. And on the other side of the ball now, Kansas City has actually been putting up a ton of points recently, 29 points or more over the last 3 games. But the Buffalo Bills defense has been playing well, like you guys were saying before, 20 points or less in each of their last 3 games. But the way Kansas City's defense is playing, I mean, Buffalo's going to have to put up at least 20 points in this game to cover, I would believe. And I just don't see them doing that against KC.
It all depends on Alex Smith. I know he doesn't turn the ball over a lot, but sometimes he gets so conservative that the Chiefs just stop moving the football. And can Buffalo keep those short throws in front of them? You know, if they can make the tackles, they might be able to stop Kansas City. But if E.J. Manuel's in there, I just don't see it. I mean, that dude's garbage.
Either way, either quarterback, whatever one's
Well,
in,
yeah, because
it's not
Taylor's
going
going to be banged up.
I don't see this line changing depending which quarterback it is, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty solid line where it's at.
Yeah, I mean,
Taylor or Manuel.
With Manuel in, it hasn't been that huge of a difference from T-Mobile. You know what I mean?
T-Mobile.
Well, that's what they're calling him, I believe.
The worst
Correct.
nickname in the history of the...
Well,
you loved it before.
I never loved it.
You
That
loved
might
As
have
it.
been
soon as
easy.
you heard it,
You were excited.
Yes.
It was not me.
Please
it
believe
might have been
it.
easy.
They need to
I
rewrite
hate
it.
mobile quarterbacks.
Well, you think that's good. How about
Well, but
EJ
that has
Owner's
nothing to do with a
Manual?
nickname.
Well, it does, because I wouldn't like a nickname for a mobile quarterback that I think's garbage.
EJ Owner's Manual. That's what it
That's
is.
EJ
the
Owner's
dumbest
Manual, I
reasoning
like
I've
that.
ever heard.
Revise the Owner's Manual.
That's better.
That's right. Parlay with another zing.
Kansas City, they were 1-5 at one point. They were looking like they weren't going to do crap this season, and they turned it around against the Steelers, and they haven't let down since. And Buffalo's not the type of team to come out and change that.
Breaking news into the spread. 47 got his pick in. He's taking Buffalo. Spread solo.
Nice.
suck
Wonder what his
47.
reasoning is.
I don't know. It would take him an hour to explain
Rex
it to us.
Ryan's
So.
a coaching genius. Is his
Well, I tell you
reason.
what, the way you beat Kansas City is through the air. They can be beat by the pass, and whether it's Taylor or Manuel, I just don't see that happening. What Watkins had 1 catch yesterday or something like
I
that?
think he might have 3.
3?
Or maybe it was 3 targets.
Check the owner's manual. Step 3, throw an interception.
That's it.
Step 4, get sacked and fumble.
All right, let's move on to this last one here. Jim, it's your pick of the week. 3-7-1 on picks of the week this season.
Yeah, I've been doing good the last few weeks picking. Just my picks of the week haven't
Yeah.
been there. And they're all like, and I know it's no whatever, but they're all like 1 point or a half point. I keep getting screwed.
13-16-1 all time. New England -3 at Denver, 44.5.
Got to take the New England Patriots in this game with Brosweiler starting for Denver.
Brock
Even
the
with Peyton
boss.
in, I mean, he was playing like crap. Denver's defense is playing good, so if this line was bigger, I may think to take Denver because New England's offense is beat up with Julian Edelman out. Dion Lewis is out for the season. Dobson got hurt last week. They're going to have Brandon LaFell step up. They're going to need a big game from Gronk. They're going to need to score probably more points than they did against Buffalo to win. But I said earlier I thought New England was going to come into Denver and give Denver their first loss of the season. Well, Denver's already lost twice now, so I'm not going to change it. I still think New England comes in and wins this football game. They're going to cover. They'll probably win by about 5 points. At worst, I see this as a push. But with all this talk, I'm telling everybody to take the complete opposite of me because I'm almost always wrong.
Can't go against Brock the boss. He's the new kid in town, and I mean,
Home dog.
if Denver was watching that game last night, Buffalo definitely showed how to handle Tom Brady. They put him on his behind about 14, 15 times.
Yeah, it's just tough to do because he gets rid of the ball so quick
It was
usually.
insane how good that dude is at not taking sacks. He knows it's coming like a Jedi, and he gets rid of the ball even if he throws it to the slogan or the logo in the middle of the field, as long as no one's there. So he's great at that. But if Denver can do the same thing and get to Brady, I mean, New England looked scared last night. They played so conservative. There were a couple 3rd and longs, and they were handing it off when you have Tom Brady or doing a short cross. That is so unpatriot-like.
I was surprised at the end of the game when they had about 3 minutes left and they were only up by 1 score. It was 3rd down
And
and
they ran it. That blew my mind.
I couldn't believe it. I
That
looked at
was
Easy.
so
I was like, what the
un-Belichick.
hell?
That was so un-Belichick.
I thought he were going to throw it deep to Gronk, honestly. I mean, that's what the Patriots take you by the balls and crush you. And you're right. They didn't do that against Buffalo.
That was a very unpatriot-like game, and I think if Denver, who has a decent defense, can do the same, they'll find a way to win this game at home. No doubt. Parlay is going solo here. He's going
New England's
Broncos.
first loss, huh?
Well, let's
So the
not
Panthers will be the only undefeated team.
That's right.
Let's not forget, I mean, Tom Brady lost some weapons too.
Edelman.
His best weapon, Edelman is done for the season. Amendola got injured in this game too, so he may only have Gronk and LaFell as passing options out there. And the Denver Broncos, they're 1-2 in their last 3 games. They did win last week, but it was just a 2-point win versus Chicago. New England and Chicago, that's two different animals right there. New England, they're 10-0 on the season. They've won by more than 3 points 9 times. So there's no reason not to go New England here still. I know you love Brock Osweiler, man, but
Brock.
man. How many times do you get New England at a line like this?
It was Osweiler's birthday this past week. That's why he played well. He's going to come out in the second start, and Belichick's going to dominate this kid. I know he's not a rookie, but
Nope. B.O. is going to apply the antiperspirant and remove the stink from New England.
I know you said that New England didn't look like themselves versus the Bills, and that was a primetime game.
Scared.
And this is also a primetime game at 8:30.
Scared more.
Scared
Tom
more.
Brady don't like to be out when the night comes. That's why he hates daylight savings time.
I just don't see Denver doing much in this game
No one
offensively.
does, except for Parlay. I imagine that the spread is probably about 80-20 on this one, as far as New England action to Denver action.
well, this will be the one game you lose this week, Parlay.
Brock ain't taking that.
You're out.
Brock the boss, baby. You're fired.
Brock Lobster.
According to you, he's also going to lose the San Francisco pick, his pick of the week.
Yes. So he's going to go 3-2 again.
That's fine. That's
So
still
you're
make
going
money.
5-0 is what you're saying.
Please believe.
Still make that money if you go
Yeah.
3-2. Who's the big cheesy taking?
Everybody's
Oh,
going
that's
New England,
right.
but
I'm
you
going
spread
Yeah.
solo.
Spread solo.
it's not a surprise. I mean, you see New England at -3, everybody's going to jump on that. You don't even have to think about it. But,
Especially
I mean,
when
it could be
they're 10-0.
wrong. The way Johnny Parlay's picking, we're probably dead wrong here.
Never.
So, spread picks of the week, we're going San Francisco, Jacksonville, the New York Giants, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the New England Patriots.
Keep in mind that pick of the week on New England is Jim, so maybe just tune out.
Yeah, you might not want to listen to that one.
The spread majority is the same thing as usual.
Majority is the same as the pick of the week, eh?
Yes.
Who just spread solo for you and Parlay?
Got a spread solo on the San Diego Jacksonville for me. And no, JK47's going spread solo with Buffalo.
Ooh, 3 of them, huh?
Yes.
That's right. So definitely go Buffalo, definitely go Denver, and definitely go with Dashes, which is what was
San Diego.
San Diego.
All right, that's it.
Should be interesting summation next week of what happened this week.
Fans, if you didn't see the Thanksgiving show, we picked all 3 games there. Hurry up, go back, check that out before Turkey Day comes. Hit us up on Twitter at bet_the_spread. Hit me up on Twitter at betjimthewin. If you have any questions or comments about these games or any other games you want us to pick, hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/betthespread. Keep coming back to YouTube. Keep clicking subscribe. Hope you have a good Turkey Day. Hope you win some money. Parlay, thanks for coming in.
Oh, my pleasure.
Dash, I don't know.